Okay. It might get a little warm today. I'm a little bit worried about that. I'm always worried about it getting a little bit on the warm side. But what can you do about that? I'm going to get the stream manager pulled up. Excuse me. There's a few things I wish that I could do. Oh well. It's not that important. What it really boils down to is I kind of wish that the stream manager had options for what it displayed. Because I've found that it is more reliable than OBS. And I might have to just turn off the stats for OBS because it rarely updates. It's not a reliable way of knowing what's going on up here. We're going to get started in about 4 minutes. 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to get started in 4 minutes. 3 minutes. So make yourself comfortable. Get yourself all situated. I'm going to get the game loaded in the background. And just kind of make sure that I remember what we're doing. Let's see, do I have anything in my teeth? Probably shouldn't be asking you guys. Give me a moment. I don't see anything. It's just sometimes it feels like I've got stuff in my teeth. Okay. That has not updated. I see what we are doing next. I might get a little sweaty during today's stream. It's kind of a hotter day than I had expected it to be. And I have been running around a whole lot today. Oh, hello, Gaming Mike's channel. I am glad you bing-bonged on in. We're just getting comfy. We're going to get started in about 2 minutes. 2 of them. Probably do that. So, for me, this is kind of my Friday. Because I work Mondays through Thursdays. Early in the morning until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But I have Fridays completely off. And I'm looking forward to that. That's fantastic. Yeah. I will end up staying up too late tonight, but I'm going to turn off all my alarms. And I'm going to sleep in tomorrow, so that's how I'm rewarding myself. All right, we're going to get started very soon. Very soon. I got a little snifflies in my nose. Sorry about that. Happens to the best of us. Hello and welcome to Chrono Cross. I am Sammy. This is Sammy. You are Sammy. We are all Sammy. And we are back. We finally got our face back. And of course, if you missed it, That also means that we were able to get all of the characters that we recruited with both Sammy and Lynx. They are all in my party now. We got a bunch of them. There's still a lot of missing spaces. You can see 2 up there, and then a whole bunch of them there, and then they just keep showing up. I got a lot of missing characters. And so we're gonna start today by filling up at least 2 of those missing spaces. Now the first thing we've gotta do is head to another world, because there was someone who gave us a brooch specifically for the day when we got our face back. And then we could go to her and be like, hey, I'm me again. Will you be my friend now? And she will say yes. She has to. What if she says no, then no one will be my friend? No, I'm just teasing. Okay, head to Opasa Beach, and there it is. Use the astral amulet. I think this means I have to watch the whole cutscene again. Yep. That's the only thing that kinda sucks about being Sammy, is that you have to watch this entire transition. Whereas when I was Lynx, they didn't have that whole thing, so he just kind of slipped through the ground. And I kind of wish I still had that. Okay, we are still temporarily rocking Van. I'm probably going to switch him out. I feel kind of bad doing it though, because I just crafted his stone boomerang. So he's got his best weapon that I know of. He's got his level 7 technique. He's just not great. All right, my friend. We go here, and I think I have to go into the bar to show her the sapphire brooch. This blue gem. Looks like you've regained your true self. Now it's time to do my part. Yay! And I think it's time to try her out. I don't know if I've ever used Orla. I don't know if I've ever played with her in the party. Let's see if we can find her. There she is, towards the bottom. Oh, but she's blue innate. All right, we can always switch her out if we decide to. First things first, I just want to know what are her abilities. So she's got multi-punch, a chain attack inherited by a single child. She's got the punch drunk, which is her drunken master attack taught by her parents. And then we have not yet discovered this, so I can't replace Fargo with her. I think I will try her out for a little bit. Before we allocate, let's find Van. There you are. Take all of his elements, go to Orla, say auto allocate the whole party, because she can share blue elements with Fargo, so they're probably going to want to split some of them. And then on equipment. Excellent. She's already got the Denadorite glove. She's already got a stone mail. That's fantastic. We just essentially got free versions of both of those. I might have made... Okay. Yeah, I know what I want to do. I don't think she's going to get a sight scope, because 92% hit percentage is really good. So instead, we're definitely going to give her the Defender and the Profiteer Purse. But then I was thinking Kung Fu Shoes so that her evasion could go up. That brings it up to 29%. You know, 1 in 4 attacks definitely, well, not definitely, but likely to miss. better than 17%. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Kung Fu shoes for Orla. And we'll just try it out for a little bit. If she's no good, then we'll switch her out with somebody else we've never tried before. We're gonna keep Fargo probably forever. It's gonna be a while before we get our other thief back. And then there might be a third thief, and I just don't know who it is. I just haven't figured out who it is yet. Because I haven't played with most of these people. Okay. Ba-ba-da-ba. We want to go to the Hermit's Hideaway. I believe it's this world. It's going to be one of the two worlds where we need to do this, and I'm starting to think it might be the home world. Yep, it's the home world. Okay. I'm definitely going to have to switch to a different guide if I want to try to go for a new game plus at some point. Frankly, what I really want to go for is the platinum. I want to get a platinum trophy. I have gotten a lot of the trophies, but I have not found most of the endings, and I have never recruited everyone. I don't know if I've ever gotten Kid's level 7 technique. Might have always done that wrong. So there are still some trophies that are missing and that I could go for. I can hit the circle button and skip it. Ha ha ha. I should also mute my phone. I wasn't expecting it to make noises at me. Nobody ever tries to get a hold of me. That's so weird. Okay, because we used the ice breath in another world, we can now go to the home world where the Hermit's Hideaway was never burned down, and we can see if cooling the earth does anything, and in this case, it certainly does. Impossible for a human to pull out. Interesting, I need Poshul. I was sitting here thinking, well, I've got so many non-humans. In fact, I kind of want to see what happens. Oh, I can't switch him. What happens if I brought Rasley? She's not human. She's a fairy. I know Poshul can do it, but I'm curious about Rasley, Draggy, Starkey. I mean, I've got these demi-humans like Korcha and Orcha, Mojo, Neo-Theo, Sprig, and then what about beefy boys like Greco, who is defined by his super strength? Anyway, we're gonna try, as an experiment, we're gonna try Rasley. She's not human. All they said was a non-human, or no human could do it. Oh, it switched over to Surge again. Sammy. It switched over to Sammy. His name's not Surge. It even knows that Rasley was in charge of the party, and yet it was still like, nope, sorry. So we can probably assume that that would be the case with Starkey. Probably, well, I don't know about Draggy. Draggy's wandering around inside of there. Mojo, he's made of straw. I could see him not being able to do it. And then it switches over to Sammy. Okay. So Poshul is probably the only person who can lift this thing up. So, teleporter. Get Dragly out, Poshul in. Why did it switch to Sammy? There we go, that's why. Leave it to I, Sammy Ipu.
Hello, my name is...
Turnip. Your name is Turnip.
Well, thou didst pulleth me out. I shall joineth you. Please, 'tis no trouble on mine part.
I mean, he didn't really force his way in. If I had never pulled him from the earth, he never would have been in my party.
Call upon me when thou needeth mine help.
Okie dokie. So that's 2. Now, there is another optional thing that the game recommends I do at this point, but that's only if I had abandoned Kid way back when she got poisoned. And that is to collect the twin Einlansers, which Glenn can equip. And then he starts running around with 2 swords and he's just slicing everybody up. He becomes so powerful. But since we don't have Glenn with us, I don't think we're allowed to even do it. Yeah, because I need to have Glenn with me in order to do this. So, believe it or not, if we had been doing all of this way back on the PS1, we are still in Disc 1, and we're about to go to Disc 2. Way back in the day when you had to do all this stuff. Okay, head to the Dead Sea ruins in the home world, and then just head over to one of these guys. Doesn't matter which one, we'll just pick the first one. There's 3 of them, by the way. I deem you worthy of entering the Sea of Eden. Let the path be known for the ones facing their fate. Wasn't the multi-disc era just the best? When you would just start playing your game and you would be happily having a good time. It was mostly the role-playing games that had the multi-disc, but I think there were like, wasn't there a Resident Evil that had one? And yeah, every time you had to switch, at least while I was a child, every time I had to switch, it was always scary. And then as an adult, when I had the PS2, and I felt like my PS1 was just, you know, a piece of garbage that I could abuse, I started like experimenting, and that was when I learned that on Final Fantasy VII, if you didn't put the correct disc in, a new picture specific to that part of the game and the wrong disc that you put in would show. So you could essentially create a slideshow simply by getting to insert disc 2 and putting in disc 3, disc 4, or, you know, being at disc 1 and then putting in disc 2, and then you see those pictures. Like, it was so interesting. But I never had the courage to do that until I was ready to, you know, play my games on the PS2 if my system ever broke. Okay, I'm looking at this, and it's looking like even though they just had me unlock this in another world, because I can't leave except through a dimensional rift, and they're like, why don't you go and create some equipment, some rainbow stuff. So, as I said, I'm going to use a different build guide, or not build guide, a different walkthrough if I try to go after this platinum. This one doesn't really explain why they would have me continue and then turn around and come back and say, no, we're not ready yet. Okay, before we do this, we can't switch Surge, he is locked in, but we do need our mermaid, Irene's, and trying to see if there's anybody else I need to do. I think Irene's is the only one. So, we'll put her in the front. We have to talk to 3 people. Person number 1. Welcome to Marbule, the village filled with love and happiness. Okay. That means I need to leave town and come back, but I'm going to talk to the other people first before I do that. We'll talk to this guy. I'm glad this room was left as is. Oh, Irene's, there is something I wish to give you. Your parents entrusted it to me long ago. I believe you are ready to have it. What? From Mutta and Fata? Hey, it's Bambi! Hey, I haven't seen you in forever! That's fantastic. We pray that you will find this useful when you find someone you wish to protect. P.S. Do not use it to harm others. Love, Mutta, and Fata. It's been, what, like 2 years? 3 years? Mutta, Fata. Yay. Now, I don't know if she has the spell slot that I want her to have. She does not. So, if we take a look at this, that's where the techniques go, and I am just OCD enough that I will not equip someone's technique until they have unlocked their 3rd spell slot on level 7. Just won't do it, because he can't move them around, and I would rather be patient and wait. Okay, we have spoken to him. Let's go find Toma the Explorer. Oh, they got a building now. That's awesome. I might come back there and buy some elements. Where the heck is Toma? They have built a lot of stuff. Like, they've got this new house, a ladder leading up. They've got this new house coming in. And then, of course, the new element shop. Like, they did a lot of work while I was running around trying to get my face back. Yo, how's it going, kid? Sure feels good to be working together towards a common goal. Maybe it's about time for me to settle down instead of going on these bogus expeditions. Or, I mean, audacious expeditions. Honey, here is your tea, honey. Thanks. You caught me in an embarrassing situation. Honey, is he a friend of yours? Yeah, I guess so. This is Sammy. Nice to meet you. I'm Toma's wife. Oh, blush. Aha! Oh man, it's embarrassing. Well, now you know things happen. Okay, now give me the other thing. Oh, hey! I used to use this, but I want you to have it now. Yay! This is probably my second favorite frame in the game, next to the one that I have been using for the entire game. Frame being the dialogue window. That's just the terminology they use. Okay. Do I have 10,000? I do. That's all I need. So, to finish, well, nearly finish our rainbow quest. Arrgh! You were great that time, matey. Oh yes, I remember that one. I remember when you were... Oh yeah! That's not who I wanted to talk to. It's in that cave that I was there. But I'm glad I got to see Fargo and the Elder of this world having a good time. Maybe I'll just settle down here and live a quiet life too. Any dating services here? Probably not. Hey! You're an adventurer, right? Well, you're in luck! I'll sell you my handcrafted master hammer for only 10,000 gold. Cheap, eh? Yeah, I'll buy it. Much obliged! What a jerk. Selling me all that. It's stealing all my money. Okay, we're gonna talk to the trenchcoat dude one more time before we leave, and then we'll carry on. But, as I said, I do want to get myself a few more of these guys. Where are you? There you are. Welcome to G's shop, baby. I will replace that earthquake trap. I will replace that holy light trap. He doesn't have any consumables. Where's your brother? Where's Big G? Okay, I have no idea where the other elemental person is. But that's all I needed to know. Now we gotta leave and come back just to kind of reset it. Hey, even Marbiel changed on the overworld. That's so cool. Welcome and congratulations! You're the 100th visitor to Marbiel, the village filled with love and happiness. Here's a souvenir for you. Excellent. Nice little powerful spell to get myself going, so I'll add that. And now, we need to switch Irene's with Zappa. And we gotta go back to another world. I do wish that I could do this at will and I didn't have to go all the way back to Opasa Beach. But, you know, 1999, baby. Like, this is how you add more time to the video game, and more time in your game means more value to the dollar. And so, you know, your customers are gonna love it. Your customers are gonna be so into going back and forth over and over and over again. Okay, we've got Zappa. Run through all of this, head to Termina. There shouldn't be a cutscene with the poor military because I'm pretty sure that is over and done with. when we return, I can head over to the elemental shop and see about that. Come on, let me in. I dinna care who tells me. I'm no gonna stop working. Ye be me. I need your help. I want to hammer this thing to make that, you know what. That stuff ye have, it's rainbow. So this you know what ye be talking about is the rainbow axe, eh? I knew I could count on meself. So shall we start hammering? It'd be a wee bit hard by myself, but with two of us working together, it should be a breeze. Sounds interesting. Good timing too. I've just finished an order. We'll see what I can do. So this is the rainbow axe. It's probably radiating such beautiful colors because of its prismatic nature. The response from the hammer is as satisfying as its finish. It be truly an amazing material. We should be able to do this on our own next time. That sure was a brilliant job. I hope I can work with you again. Yay! Alright, so we don't get to keep the axe. I guess they just wanted to work on it together, and maybe they flipped a coin. Maybe they got to the end of that whole process, and they were looking at their one axe, and they were like, let's wrestle for it. And at some point, the two Zappas got switched, and now I'm running around with the wrong Zappa, and the other Zappa's in the wrong world, and I'm suddenly making this a bit more interesting. So I'll stop that. That's not what's going on. I've got my Zappa with me. Okay, I am satisfied with this party, but now, looking at this, we've got one shiny dew. We've got 4 rainbow shells, so we could potentially make 4 weapons, 1 weapon, 3 armor, on and on and on, whatever we want to do. But no matter what, I need more shiny dew, shiny ember, shiny leaf, shiny sand, shiny salt, and shiny soot. I need all 6 elements. It's kind of a pain in the butt to do it, so we're not going to do it. We will later. We will do it later. But at this point, I am not feeling obligated to go in there and collect all of these items. It's not impossible to do, obviously. It's not even that hard to do. It just takes a little bit of time, and it's a little bit frustrating. I know what to do. I know how to do it fairly quickly, but it would still take close to an hour to do it. And I don't want to do that. In fact, the first time I ever crafted rainbow material was in New Game Plus. I was like, all right, well, I'm powerful enough now that I feel like it's worth it. How do I get back to the Sea of Eden? I need to be in the home world. Asked and answered, baby. Asked and answered. Switch sides. Oh, they didn't switch sides. They must be satisfied with traveling to both worlds now. All right, I'm a little bit nervous because I'm going to be taking Orla in with me. And she is just new. Like, it's not that she's bad. She might be fantastic, but she's never had a stat boost. I've never played with her. Never. And so I just don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, let's travel to the altar of the past. Atropos. Atropos, cutting the thread of life. Oh, I think these are the 3 Sisters of Fate. Funny little thing about the 3 Sisters of Fate, that's kind of just an arbitrary thing. Like, it's not even the most common depiction of them. Their numbers vary, even within Greek mythology. Sometimes there are 5, sometimes there are 8, sometimes there are 9, sometimes there's only 1. But 3, for some reason, is what we in modern society have decided is the only definition of the Sisters of Fate. Lachesis. And I don't know if they're getting these names from Greek antiquity or if they're just making them up. Because again, there's up to 9 of them to choose from, depending on the story. Anyway, Lachesis, measuring the thread of fate. Now, the only thing that matters on this particular section for all 3 of these altars is which one you choose last. Because if I did any of the other ones last, then I would have to deal with those. Shakespeare! You hit it on the head. I had completely forgotten about Shakespeare. And I think it's Macbeth where the fates are there. And there's only 3 of them. They are characters. Everybody who's ever studied Shakespeare has studied Macbeth. Except for maybe me. I don't know if I've ever actually read or watched Macbeth. But I do know enough about it to know that that's the one with the 3 fates. Right? I could be wrong. I help people with math, not with English and literature. All right, we are fighting this person who has the potential. A few of them. I'll be honest, and don't hate me for saying this. I don't like a lot of Shakespeare. Like, there's a couple of comedies that I think have aged remarkably well. And I get Romeo and Juliet. I think what bugs me about that one in particular is that, like, every single year someone is doing a production of Romeo and Juliet. And 75% of the time it's modern interpretation with the original script. And that's fine, whatever. I'm just kind of sick of it. I've seen it so many times that I'm just kind of like, let's maybe do Taming of the Shrew on repeat for a decade or so. Like, maybe not Romeo and Juliet for the next 10 years and Taming of the Shrew instead. Clotho, spinning the thread of life. And with their powers combined, art thou worthy of accepting fate? Are we being tested? I mean, his face says no. Okay, so it sounds as though what I want to do is hit him with a diminish. And then really kind of focus in on physical damage. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Do I not have diminish anymore? Maybe it's in level 7. Okay, that's good. Atropos has stopped functioning. As always, we're going to steal. There is a rare item that I could steal, but I probably won't. Yeah, I didn't get it. So the rare item was the diva dress, which is the best of the dresses, and we'll just wait to pick one up later. Woo! They are just attacking each other back and forth. But I did see that she's got to diminish, so I'm going to hit that. Now, if he starts using magical attacks, I should be able to muscle through those. Dang it. It's totally fine. Lechus has stopped functioning. I think I'll just go, well, not just, I think I absolutely will go with Cure Plus on Orla, because if I did any of the Recover Alls, that's wasted on Sammy and Fargo. Neither of them need it. Let's hit them with physical attacks. I don't know why I'm even looking. She's pretty powerful. She's not like that powerful. Maybe I can make her stronger by putting on some kind of power ring or something, but for no stat boosts, I'm pretty impressed with her so far. Here we go. This is why we use Diminish. What's it gonna do to Orla? Oof. So that was still pretty painful, even with Diminish on the field. Alright, well, I'm gonna try out Flying Arrow. I don't think we've ever seen it. So, I don't know if we've ever seen Luminaire. But we're definitely trying out Flying Arrow, his level 7 tech. Hey, that's an enemy from Chrono Trigger. That was cool. Alright, we got him hobbling, got him bent over and hunched. See what he thinks about cannonballs to the face. He didn't think much of it. Oh, it still killed him. Okay. Well, I'm good with that. Sweet. All right. First growth level for Orla. Let's see what she got out of it. Sammy just got some resistance and no new magic. Fargo got strength and no new magic. Orla got strength and resistance and no new magic. Drives me a little bit crazy when they don't get new magic. All right, I saw that burn condition, so let's grab some ointment. And now that little pyramid or triangle is gone from the middle, and we can travel. Ooh, I'm excited. When we were last here, we saw this frozen in time, mid-explosion area. And so everything was warped, and you had stuff that was kind of growing on top of other stuff. You had buildings that were kind of crunched into other buildings, but everything was just frozen and stopped in time. Now we are in active time. Time is moving. And so let's go check this place out. When it's not, merged with a bunch of other buildings. And I think I'm going to stick with Orla for now. I don't really have a reason to switch her out. We'll see how she does in the first room. Chronopolis Military Research Center. May there be everlasting peace for the children of the world. 2400 AD. I heard Group 3B's experiment today is going to be a biggie. They're releasing the Flames lock level to D in order to trace the counter-time effect. Yeah, but based on previous experiments, I'm sure it'll work out just fine. During the simulation, Fate was certain the flame could be used as a relay to extract enough energy to counteract the anti-annihilation effect. Don't worry, it'll be a success. I hope so. Once we're done with today's experiment, we have that long-awaited 3-week vacation. I'm heading back to Xenon to spend time with my family. My daughter's birthday is coming up, you know. You're from Medina, right? I've been on this island for 1.5 years now. Man, I've had enough. Aside from the man-made island with this research center, there isn't a single island in the Sea of El Nido. If we manage to produce counter-time at will, we'll only be a step away from asserting control over time itself. Just hang in there a little longer. You said it. I can't believe we've come this far. Poor dead guys. They don't even know that tomorrow they're gonna die. He's got nothing to say. She's gonna show up and flex on me. And I mean, that is pretty intimidating. There are times when people flex at me and I'm like, whoa, what did I do to you? So it sounds like we want to be using Diminish again. Ooh. Alright, well, Sammy does not have Diminish on hand. Come on, pick someone. There we go. That's not enough. He will go down on another tech attack. Oh boy. Alright, well, his job is a very specific one. He is in charge of stealing. No! No! I mean, we didn't miss much. There's a random item that, like, he could have given us a rainbow shell, but that's the rare drop. It was more likely that he would have just given us a capsule. Those aren't worth anything. Lady! Whenever any of my people miss, that makes me so angry. Alright, well, let's go with Sammy, who does not have the spell I want him to have. He does have it. Okay. We're going to diminish the field. Okay, that's a good sign. It means we're winning. Doesn't necessarily like mean we're absolutely winning. It just means we're getting closer. I don't think he is fully staggered yet. I think he loses some more plates, but we'll find out together. Get him with your multi-punch. Probably should have used heal, but I would rather be aggressive. B-E aggressive. Okay, he's still standing. Oof. Yeah, I guess let's try the Luminaire. I might have Fargo hit us with a heal all, or a recover all, the third level spell. No, maybe I'll do it with a heal all, so that way I'm splitting up the magic that we are using. Stop punching me! Good, good. Not so good. Unless he's dead. Alright, so there was not a third phase. That was his way of telling us he was staggered. Just nobody else usually makes a whole song and dance out of getting staggered. Okay. One new spell slot for Sammy, nothing for Fargo, and nothing for Orla. I mean, besides their regular stat boosts, but I'm looking for more spell slots. Okay. This is a pretty huge map. There's not a lot of backtracking involved, but there is some. Like, I don't want to pretend like we're gonna go straight to the end, because we gotta deal with a little. What am I doing? I shouldn't be avoiding these fights. I was just complaining that Orla doesn't have enough stat enhancements. Dang it! Like, every single one of them that got a chance to attack was another one closer to interrupting Sammy. I mean, I love how powerful it is. It's just that it doesn't look as good as feral cats. Holy cow, Fargo, you missed everything but one attack. Orla! Oh boy. I hate missing. I hate it. Dang it. That time Fargo didn't miss. Alright, 2 for Sammy, 3 for Fargo, 1 for Orla. All hit points. Right. Good. All right. I might actually be really well equipped and quite prepared for this particular area. Yeah, I'm gonna keep Orla. I don't have a problem with her so far. I think she's pretty good. Next, there should be treasure in this room. I'm just glad he didn't interrupt Sammy. And Sammy gets to do his big hits. I think it's working out pretty well. Okay. There's our Nostrum. Now, I remember as a kid, this section ended up being one of the places I stopped playing. I was so frustrated by this robo sewer wash. Operate the robot? Yes, of course. Triangle to quit. Now, there are currents that are pushing and pulling, well, mostly just pushing, but you gotta kind of pay attention to them so that you can get your treasure. Perfect. That was some pretty powerful blue magic I just got. The Cure All. And I think it might be exclusive to blue characters. So either Fargo or Orla would be the ones who could carry it. Nothing there. Kablam. Easy peasy. Now I look back on me as a child and I'm a little bit embarrassed by how difficult it was to get through this section. I kept getting lost and I kept just walking around in circles. Seems to be some trick to opening it. Aha! Aha ha ha. I know the trick. Okay. Got a dude with a sword on his head. Perfect. I don't really need any more Denadorite, but it's easier to craft stone weapons than it is rainbow weapons. We will do rainbow eventually. We will do it. It's just not... I'm not in the mood for it now. I don't want to do it yet. Okay, I need to read this next part because it's kind of confusing from here. Left exit leading to a dock and a right exit leading to a stairwell. The lift has a level 2 lock, so it cannot be used yet. Enter the east stairway. East stairway should be this one. And as usual, I'm not necessarily avoiding fights, but I also don't necessarily want to fight them. So Sammy's got one Forget-Me-Not pot. I could start putting Forget-Me-Not pots on other people, but I think as long as Sammy is in the party, someone being killed will be remembered. But I don't know. Okay. Up one flight and into the next room. Past the lasers. Yep. Let's fight. Perfect. All right. Technically, he got a little bit of help in that kill, but he was able to bring him down. And Orla is just as powerful as Sammy, apparently. Maybe more so. Good. Okay. Exit south. And go all the way to the left. Originally, El Nido was nothing but ocean. The El Nido archipelago is purely artificial, created by fate. It was a remodeling plan that took place 10,000 years ago. A plan to include islands blessed with nature in the Sea of El Nido. The main island of El Nido, Earth Dragon Isle, Water Dragon Isle, Black Dragon Isle, the development of elements using the energy of the natural world, the distribution of memory terminal devices called Records of Fate that could monitor and guide people's lives. The research center staff, who had their memories of the future erased, left the center and began a life outside amidst nature. This is how Fate's paradise came into existence. And for over 10,000 years, Fate has been watching over and guiding the descendants of the staff who left this research center. Everything was in perfect harmony. That is, until 14 years ago when a boy came into contact with the flame on the night of the storm. Oh, that's all he's got to say. Where was the lock release for the elevator again? My mind's been blanking out lately. Yay! Alright, so level 2 lock is dealt with. Now I'm just seeing if there's any other, like, terminal that I need to, well, not need, but can interact with. Don't see any other peoples, so I think that's that. Okay. I have a reason to swap out Orla. We might, you know, try her out again another time. She is fantastic. Definitely don't have an issue with Orla. But there is something else. Oh, there it is. I need to have someone else in the party in order to collect the next treasure. So, Orla, you are getting replaced with Grobik. Grobik, we use auto allocate for the whole party. Oh, okay. Nope, never mind. That's something else. I thought it was a field effect. That is just turning a single ally or enemy into a green person. That's not what we want. That's not what we want. Ooh. Who has my other stone mail? I know who I can get one from. Just a little mad that I didn't actually have an extra one. Okay. Profiteer Purse, Defender, and then what was the Power Seal? Ooh, yeah, let's go with that. And is there anything else that I am missing? What else? We did his elements, we did his equipment. I don't think there's... Oh, I remember. It was his weapon. Okay. That's the one we want. It's a granite glove. Okay, with Grobik in the party, we can go back to floor 2, pick up the treasure that only he can pick up. He won't, whoops, be able to use it just yet. Yeah, we need him to get another spell slot. Game, why don't you give me the spell slots that I want? Why must I do battle with you? Whoops. I just went to the wrong floor. It's pressing too many buttons. That's the floor I want. Interesting. This cannot be. This is an ancient super weapon that was under development and poor. But what is it doing here? It looks complete. Yay! Okay, now close that door and hit 00. Code confirmed, and we got a recharge. Now, a recharge is interesting because it essentially, I think it recharges all of your spent elements, but it's a consumable. So, like, if you want to have it equipped in battle, if you're going to use it, but if you use it, then it's done forever. So maybe you don't want to use it. Maybe you want to keep it. Okay, let's go to the 3rd floor. We have to use the elevator because the stairs are blocked. Okay. Room number 1 has a whole bunch of lore-related stuff. I recommend, if you are into it, checking it out. Like, we can learn more about Lavos. But the reason I came in here was because I wanted more rainbow. That's learning about humans versus reptites. Reptites being from Chrono Trigger on the Super Nintendo. Still my favorite Super Nintendo game. I highly recommend it. It's the best. And then in here they talk about controlled evolution. They might even mention... nope, this is not where they mention it. No, what I want here is this combot. I mean, that's one way to interrupt me. Just a frustrating way to interrupt me. These guys are a little bit tougher than I thought they would be. Not to mention, apparently smarter than I thought they would be. Okay. I'm gonna play it risky. I'm gonna steal, and then if Grobik has healing, oh my gosh, Fargo! You might get fired. Good job, Grobik. No more. I'm gonna have to go with the heal all. I gotta do it. That at least keeps Fargo on his feet. Give us a recover all, my dude. Since you're about to collapse. Okay, we can focus all of our healing on Fargo after the fight is finished. Good job, Grobik. Didn't even realize everybody got burned. I don't know what burn does. I think that it affects my stamina regrowth. But I could be wrong. I don't usually stick around to see what it does. I know poison hurts my hit points, and sprain makes it so I have to walk. But I don't know what burns do. Exhaustion makes it so every point of stamina you spend costs more. Okay. Everyone gather around. Let's see. In the 11th century, a scientist by the name of Luca indicated the possibility of time travel through the use of a time egg, which utilizes miniature black holes. Whether this could actually be possible or not is still the subject of intense debate, and no conclusions have been made. According to her theory, by rotating a single point of supergravity, space-time continua can be drawn in, thus making it possible to transform that singular point, which pulls in everything else, into a ring formation. Using this ring as a gate between dimensions, it should be possible to travel back and forth between various space-times. Time eggs may have already existed during the reign of the ancient dynasty we heard legends about. We shouldn't have to rely on theories from an ancient civilization that may not have even existed. We can do this ourselves. But the legends say they altered time by using a time egg. That's just a legend. There isn't even any evidence to prove that this ancient dynasty ever existed. The experiment should be starting soon. After we discovered an unusual gravitational field in the barren sea of El Nido, we built artificial islands and established Chronopolis. This was all done to facilitate our top secret research. But now our research is about to come to its end. Once the final adjustments are made, the experiment will commence. It's just a matter of time, so everyone should keep up their good work. The chief hasn't returned yet. He hasn't? Then we'll have to hold off until he gets back. Time is not absolute but elastic. It is both relative and subjective. Individual differences emerge as time changes. Perhaps people, all life forms, exist in their own separate strands of time. Is time independent, marching to the beat of its own drum? Pah, ridiculous. Okay, so the chief is missing. Now it looks like we want to go through the stairs. Again, I'm only avoiding these dudes because they're not really offering that much in the way of stat boosts, but if I hit them, I'll fight them. They're not challenging. Some of them get a couple of lucky hits, but I think that combat was the most challenging fight we've had so far. Perfect. Gotta love that Master Mune. Fargo. I hate it when he misses. I hate it when any of them miss. All right, there she is. Oh, okay, so the chief said he was going out for a walk. He's probably by the docks somewhere, gazing out to sea. I already knew that because I've played this game a few times, but that's your hint. There's a lot of people who will give you hints, and they're all like, hey, just go to the docks. For real. Try the docks. And when I was a kid, I thought, okay, we go to where my boat is docked. So I left the area and went out into the world, and there was no one to speak to. So I was very frustrated. I was confused playing this game as a child. I think that's why I like it so much now, is because I always remember some of the dumb mistakes I made, some of the weird ideas that I had. The Time Research Lab, which served as the foundation of this research center, appeared out of nowhere in the year 2300 and was headed up by the scientific genius Balthazar. However, at the peak of his career, he simply vanished. We've continued his work and have come this far. Our work is almost complete. Well, it's about time I headed back. The experiment's about to begin. There we go. Okay. Now what I don't know, because I've been kind of following this guide, what I don't know is if the chief, like if there's going to be another cutscene because the chief has returned and they're ready to start the experiment. But before we do that, let's get our last bit of treasure. All right, in here, we gotta take that dude out, but first I'm trying to see where... Okay, I do have to take him out. That's the only treasure I'm missing. Now these guys are actually kind of tough, so hopefully it's only one of them. Nope, we got two of them again. fine. It's fine. But I am going to hit them with a Luminaire so they both get hit. Gonna get ya. Gonna get ya. That's cute. I like it. Alright, Fargo, don't miss. Good. Sometimes I have to give him those Star Trek crazy eyes, and then he'll pay attention to me. You just, you know, pretend you're Gowron and give him the crazy eyes. Good. Now, I want to see what his Rocket Fist looks like. I'm sure we had it used against us. I want to see what it looks like against them. That was pretty fantastic, actually. Dang it. Okay, now that we got that, get our key card, and is this just more tutorial-like stuff? Or lore stuff? It is. It all began with a notebook my mother handed me. She told me she found it while cleaning out the closet. This old notebook covered with mold was a diary that belonged to my grandfather who passed away years ago. It contained his distant memories. Does this device play back archives? Looks like someone's memories. I wonder if you still remember how we first met and our many adventures. It all seemed like a dream. We ran like the wind during those warm summer days long ago. You were a piece of a star that fell from the sky. I can still relive the memories of those days long past, just by closing my eyes like so and whispering your name into the desolate night. Kid, kid. Radical dreamers, le trésor interdit. What's this? Radical dreamers. What does this mean? There is a conversation with a comrade. Are you ready, kid? I know you're anxious, but stay on your toes. Yeah, likewise, mate. Bugger! You mess up, and I'm leaving you behind. Got that, Sammy? Come on, Magil, let's go. That bastard Lynx is gonna get what he deserves. Say your prayers. Not that it'll do you any good. This seems to be an archive from a different time than our own. Aside from the two worlds we already know about, other worlds and times may also exist. Indeed. But we only get to know about this one and this one. And I like that they at least show us two of these worlds that are different. World 1, my world, and World 2, another world. Again, we could go and, get a bunch of the other stuff, but what I actually want to do is see if they're going to start the experiment now that I got the chief to go back. Oh, the experiment is underway. Access denied. Never mind. Unless... Nope. My card key doesn't get me in. Okay. We've got 3 pretty difficult fights coming up. I'm satisfied with this group. I don't love it, and maybe I should switch Grobik out, but he's doing pretty well. So I'm going to save, and I'm going to try it with this. Now, taking Grobik is a bad idea because I happen to know that the next boss is going to be a black innate, which means Grobik is not going to be doing as much damage as he could be doing, but I want to try him out some more. Confirming access granted. I like my little robot voice. This is why I don't ever get asked to voice robots, because they all sound the same to me. Now, I might be able to only fight one of them and accomplish this, but I am going to fight both of them. Gonna get ya! Gonna get ya! With 9 hit points of damage. Ooh, that was pretty fantastic. Excellent. Yep, there's the other fight. I was like, if I had gone to one extreme of the hallway, I probably could have passed the other guy, but whoa! Maybe I should have. Wasn't expecting to fight 3 of them. I probably should recover all, but I think I'm gonna try to take this dude out. I know he just moved, or had a turn, so he's not likely to have another one soon. Sammy, dodge! Dodge the bullets! Fine. He's still not dodging. He doesn't like to dodge bullets. Dang it. Dang it. Good. Not good. Ah, fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the heal all. I just need to keep everybody standing. I need to make sure they don't die. I gotta get into good habits of keeping my party alive. Gonna get ya. No! They made him confused. I hate it when they make my guys confused. That's not fair. good. Boo. Boo to any time they get a turn. It's not fair. They shouldn't be allowed to get turns. Ugh. I got interrupted 3 times. Okay. That at least keeps everybody on their feet, and I don't think they can do more than 200 damage, so we should be good. Excellent. I was thinking about whether or not I wanted to use elements. And I was like, maybe I can bring him down. Maybe I can kill him. Great. Great. Now Sammy's confused. So let's just try to finish this thing so we don't have to deal with any more confusion. Boo! Don't get up. That's against the rules. Good. Woof. Woof. All right, well, time to go fight fate. Now, I'm glad I actually read it this time, because what they are telling me to do is fine. Oh no! I don't have it. I've never even seen that as a thing I can get. Oh, it's a steal. Okay. I need to look at something. Okay, so I do have Magnify. Okay. Okay. I know what I'm gonna do. It is time to try on my black plate. According to what I just read, by having that black plate on, it will be impossible to lose this particular battle. Fingerprint and retina scan required. This is Project Kid. Please step inside the circle and hold up your left hand. Analyzing. Please stand by. Analysis complete. Fingerprints, retina, and C-class DNA all clear. Data discrepancy due to aging within permissible range. 96% confirmation that this individual is the last registered arbiter. Access granted. Welcome back, Chrono Trigger. So that's why Lynx needed Sammy's form. Lynx must be inside already. Yes, along with the frozen flame. Arbiter confirmed, access granted. Okay, here we go. Where are we? Is that the frozen flame? Exactly. Huh? The hearer of people's prayers, the provider of riches, fame, and power, the bestower of eternal life, the promiser of peace and happiness. This is the essence of what descended from the heavens in the prehistoric age. The living crimson stone, the frozen flame. Lynx! What took you so long? You had me worried. Worried that you might have perished on the way here. Are you all right? It's no use. I put her soul to sleep. I had to remove any potential obstacle from us having this talk. Who are you? What are you after? You still don't know? I am the human incarnation of fate, the living interface of the fate computer system. Or put simply, I too am fate. What? 14 years ago, on the night of the terrible storm, the cogs began to turn. That night, Wazuki and Miguel set out to sea carrying a sick child in their boat. That child was you, Sammy, after you had been attacked by that panther demon. Your poisoned wounds were beyond the healing abilities of the doctors in Termina or even Goldove. So they set sail to Marbule in order to see the sage. There, not knowing how bad the storm would become. Being skilled sailors, the two men were able to survive the storm. But they were blown off course and came ashore on this island, where they decided to seek shelter. At the time, this research center was offline due to the severity of the storm. It only took 10 minutes for the system to power back up, but by then the flame had found you. Contact with the flame healed your young body, but that was not all. Once the security system was rebooted, it would only grant access to you, the Arbiter. You can't imagine the trouble this caused the Fate computer system in achieving its objective. Inside of Fate, there was a standalone circuit that had been kept hidden since the old Mother Brain generation. That circuit was designed to start a malfunction, or more precisely, a rebellion. Who would have thought that such a small bug, a traitor, could exist inside of Fate? That hidden circuit was based on the initial Ashtier model circuit board, with extra logic added by another scientist. Fate itself did not realize that this circuit was present within the core of its system, or, more correctly, the circuit was programmed so that the moment Fate did detect it, it would erase all record of its detection. Dr. Luca Ashtier. Unbelievably intelligent and incredibly enthusiastic. You might even go as far as to call her a mad scientist. Of course, I don't think it was she who implemented her theory. This was most likely the work of Balthazar, the first curator of the research center. Fate! Bring out the traitor! Bring out Prometheus! Affirmative. Ah, you have finally released me. Welcome back. So you're the real Sammy. I've waited a long time for you. I'm glad you made it in time. Sammy, I beg you, please bring an end to the enmity between Fate and the dragons.
Fate, eliminate him!
Affirmative. Now eliminating Prometheus.
No, you can't!
Sammy, please, for the future of mankind. For the future.
Idiot. Destruction to those who oppose the goddess of fate.
Lynx, why you...
Ha! Come, Sammy.
He's big.
Show me what the purpose of your life on this planet is. Teach me what it means to be alive.
All right, so this fight will be impossible to lose because Sammy will stay up. The challenge is going to be, how do we keep everybody else standing? Oh, and first of all, let's start with Fargo. Because we want to steal. And that's what we wanted. Commencing countdown, 5. Okay, let's hit them with everything we've got from both Fargo and Grobic. Sammy is going to be the one who has to kind of pay closer attention to what's going on the field. Four. Hopefully this doesn't do a lot of damage. Sammy is the weakest, but he's got a black plate on. So every one of those is going to do that. And now I'm going to try... Wait. Okay, never mind. Oh, I understand what it's doing. Well, we're still gonna hit. I think I'm gonna hit the magnify. Because I'm thinking that I want to hit him with mostly elemental attacks to finish out all of these turns. I don't know if the techniques are impacted by diminish or magnify, so I'm just kind of going through those. 3. I already did the rocket fist, so I'm going to do the hair cutter. And then he is done with his techniques. He's down to just elemental attacks, but he's black innate. So it wouldn't be great using black elements unless I can use the Grim Reaper summon. 2. Do it to Sammy. No. Oof. Yeah, let's hit him with... I want to hit him with a white... Well, I'm gonna recover all, but I am using the white elemental because I just want to kind of get rid of that full black field effect. Even though Grobik could have summoned. Oh crap! That was a mistake. I thought I had selected something else. Oh well, that's fine. Good. Hopefully he just keeps doing it to Sammy. If he's doing it 3 times, I want all 3 of them. Alright, he's only doing it twice. Alright. Grobik has kind of become less than useful. Why is my text blue? Oh, it's because I used a spell. Okay, in the interest of keeping everybody standing, do I? Do I want to keep everyone standing? That is the question. And I do. I want them to get all of the growth from this. Okay. Now this time, actually use the invincible. And then with Grobik, we're just gonna go full physical. Recommencing countdown at 5. Ooh, he switched over to physical attacks. Perfect. He is almost down. I think this one does at most like 100. Didn't even get to 90. 61 was the highest. So yeah, we are doing great. I'm gonna finally hit him with a white tech. Fargo, stop missing! Dang it. Oof. Well, that was all I needed to know. Now I know that I need to hit Fargo with a Cure Plus. Hopefully he is able to stay on his feet. 222 is cutting it very close. I'm a little bit nervous about that. So let's find out. Nope, we won't need it at all. Whew. I think that means we have killed Lynx once and for all. He's dead forever now. We're gonna watch some cutscenes, then we'll save, and we will call it a stream. But let's go ahead and watch all of this stuff. First off, we're at level 40. Sammy got a new spell slot. Looks like a level 6 spell slot. No new spells for Fargo. Yes! And we got the tech, the spot where I'm gonna put the tech for Grobic. No, how could you? Fate, the goddess of fate, was not meant to die. All right, let me remember. Baga. Oi. Baga. Ah, huh? Where in blazes am I? Sammy, what happened to me? Uh-huh. That's it. No. Alright. Ne touche pas. Do not touch it. Kid, I know the feelings you have inside of you. The urge to bring everything to nothing is now stronger than your desire to save everyone. You may want to throw yourself off the cliff of destruction. That is your imperative. But s'il vous plaît, kid, do not drag Sammy and the others down into destruction with you. Shut up, you loony. I know what I'm doing. It's too late. There's no turning back now. Some of the text might go too fast for me to read, so try to pay attention and then you can see it. Fate has fallen. Fate has died. And remember, I'm doing all but the red dragon with the same voice. Finally, the time has come. Indeed, the long, endless night shall finally come to an end. Now, for mankind. I shall make you bleed. Feel 1,000,000 years of this planet's agony, pain, and suffering. All right, I'm gonna turn my face off for some of these, so enjoy. Gotta love those particle effects. I just love the way that we did water in the late 90s in video games. Individual water droplets. Terra Tower. It's come back to life again. In the year 2400, during a counter-time experiment, the flame goes out of control. This causes the dimensions to rip apart, resulting in the time crash. Engulfed in an enormous dimensional vortex,
Chronopolis was hurled 10,000 years back in time. Maybe this was Lavos' doing. Maybe he saw the possibility of his being destroyed by the adventurers in 1999 and decided to create a new outcome in order to escape destruction. And so when the experiment took place, Lavos pulled the frozen flame back to the ancient past, where he was only just awakening. But that ain't all. At the same time, another city from a different dimension's future was also thrown back in time. Dinopolis. Dinopolis. I'm going to say Dinopolis. But Dinopolis is what they probably wanted. The future city of the Reptites, Azala's descendants, who had evolved more closely with the planet. Just as Lavos, in an attempt to save itself, summoned Chronopolis from the distant future, perhaps our planet summoned Dinopolis back to the past, maybe as a measure against Chronopolis and humanity. It wasn't the dragon gods who sealed away the frozen flame. What actually happened is that fate used the flame to divide and seal the dragons. And now that fate has been defeated, the dragons will join together again to start their revenge. I'm going to make my face disappear again. The ones without wings are silly to me. I guess it's only one without wings. I didn't know that the Earth Dragon had wings until we just saw them. I kind of wish they had all attacked like the first one did. And I get it, like they wanted to speed it up, but it would have been cool to see the first, or those three dragons come in and latch on to different parts of the white dragon. But we get the idea. They latch on and attack and then fuse into this new god dragon. Or dragon god? No, they were the dragon gods. That's gotta be like a god dragon. I feared it would come to this. I didn't want to have to fight with you if it could have been avoided. Adieu, Sammy. Adieu. And there goes Kid again. Down for the count again. Give me a freaking break. You mean to tell me we were being used all this time? Yeah. Damn. What is done, although we may not like it. In any case, we need to move our way into that floating tower. We need to make our way into that floating tower. Yes, we cannot just twiddle our thumbs and do nothing. The only problem is... So, we have to find a way up there, right? It's not like the great SS Invincible can make it up there either. There has to be a way. At least our objective is clear.
I do not know how, but we must find a way. So, like, whatever happened to Kid after that? Doesn't look like she'll ever wake up. Indeed. She is resisting. She is resting at Radius's place. I guess she's resisting as well, like fighting the coma. Her spirit seems to be possessed by the past. A powerful item is necessary in order to dispel it. There's no sense staying here. Come on, mateys, let's shove off. Yeah! Okay, Grobik, you had your time in the sun. No, we're gonna keep you. We're gonna keep you because I want to install his new technique. In fact, let's do that right away. Color first. Go down to strong arm. And that goes here. Just to verify. Yep. Alrighty then. We are going to call it here for the day. We are going to call it here for the week. So make sure if you are new here, hit that follow button so you will know when we come back next Monday with even more of this wonderful game. We are approaching the end. We are fast approaching the end of the game. There's still some optional stuff. There's still a lot of items to collect. At some point, I am going to craft some rainbow equipment. I just need to take the time to do it. So make sure to hit that follow button, turn on your notifications, and come back on Monday for more Chrono Cross. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye! Yeah.